Hello, welcome. We are talking all about eyes today and the secret to drawing realistic eyes. I have been drawing eyes for many, many years. It is one of my favorite things to draw, and I'm excited to share those tricks with you guys so that you can improve your drawings. And if you haven't been here before, I want to welcome you. This is the Art Breakthrough for Moms, where we help you to improve your drawing skills through self-care and spirituality. So let's head over to the drawing table if you want to grab your pencil and your paper, and I will show you how to draw eyes. All right, guys, here we have some examples of eyes that you are going to learn how to draw. So right here, this represents what a lot of people forget an eye is, which is an eyeball. It's actually a sphere. And when you think of it that way, you're already going to be miles ahead, and it's going to help you in your drawing. And I'll show you why a little bit later. So what you do is you're going to start with the circle. And then you are going to draw the the iris. So just a circle inside of that circle. And now we're going to draw the pupil. Circle inside of that circle. Now make sure here that you leave a highlight, because that's going to really help bring your eye to life later on, okay? As you can see, I've got a line going straight through, and that is going to indicate where the edges of your eye is going to be. I come a little bit further out on the left side if I'm drawing the right eye to leave room for this portion right here. What we're going to do is just go ahead and closely follow the top. If you want to start from the middle, if that helps, that's perfectly fine. And just come down to the edge on that side and repeating it, same thing over here. Get your little curvy swoop. That's the technical term. And follow that on the bottom portion. Okay, and now you've got the base of the eye. Let's go ahead and erase our sphere line on the outside. Okay, so now we have the crease of the upper lid that we're going to draw. So I usually stop before I get to the end of that point, and don't go too much further past this line. Yeah, I barely passed that one, which is fine. Now here's the part that a lot of people skip that can really add a lot of realism to your drawing, which is this lower skin portion directly under the eye. It's very, very small, very subtle, but it's actually where the eyelashes come, where your eyelashes are gonna come from, that little line right there. Okay, so let's thicken up this. Bring that down just slightly. Otherwise our eyes will have a surprised look. Might be too wide. That's not the look I'm going for right now. Okay, now we've got these lines in here. I'm gonna kind of erase some of these guidelines so that we can start our fun shading. Okay, let's go ahead and do our curve line right there. Let's color in our pupil first. Now that's, if you feel good about your circle, you can go ahead and color that in real dark, but make sure you're confident about your circle first, because it's easier to erase and redo when your lines are nice and light. Okay, now I'm going to go around and shade some of this iris in. I'm leaving it a little bit lighter on this side than over here, indicating that there's light hitting that area. This is where I was talking about thinking of the eye as a sphere. So starting on this edge, you're going to start real light and just start coming towards the center. Get lighter as you get towards the center. And again on this side. Start light, you can always go darker. You can always build up that shading. And also, because this upper lid is over the eye, it will create a shadow. So I like to do a little extra shading right on the top of my eye as well. Starting to come together. Okay, now I want to leave part of this white to indicate that that's wet, but I don't want the whole thing to be bright white, so let's come in here and shade a little bit of that. There we go. Now we can start shading around the eye now that we've got that portion done. So let's go ahead and start with our upper lid here. I'm just going over this lightly so that it's not bright white. And now let's go and make this darker up here, because this crease is folding under that portion of the lid right there. Keep deciding to make that taller and taller. Okay, let's make this a little bit darker down on this other side over here. Lighter as you go up. Are you guys having fun yet? Are you having fun yet? You should be. It's good stuff. Okay. Now. Curve that to indicate the nose. And let's shade light, 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 light over here. Light as a feather, you're holding that pencil. It's okay if it takes you a lot longer or several tries. Just fine. Nobody's grading this picture. And start to carve out a little bit of a under eye crease. Okay, I'm going to make this upper lid a little bit darker. It's a little too bright. Okay, now guess what? We're on to the lashes now. It's easy to get carried away. You don't want it to look like this huge feather coming off the eye. And you don't want it to be perfectly even. Hardly anything is even in nature. It kind of makes it look more natural if it's a little bit not perfect, really. So as I'm going, since this is the right eye, I'm going to swoop the eyelashes to the right and up. And you don't want to go clear to this edge. You want to kind of start over here a little bit. And what you can do is kind of get some of these in, and then you can go back and fill in some more. But I'm just getting my baseline for how I want them to be. And now I can come in, and I don't want them to all be exactly the same. So if you scooped one like this, then come up and scoop one on the top and kind of overlap like this. Does that make sense? And then you'll start to get some variety going. And again, I don't want to, it's easy to overdo it, so stop as you're going and say, you know, do I really need more? I think I'm going to stop right there and start on the lower lashes, which again is going to be right coming off of this, not directly next to the white of the eye, but right off of this line right there. So these ones I'm going to curve down. Of course, that's the direction they would be going. But I want these to be, this less is definitely more. When it comes to the bottom lashes, you don't want to overdo it. Just, and they kind of come in little clumps like that. And they get shorter as you go towards the corner of the eye. And I would stop a little sooner than even the upper lid when it comes to getting close to that corner. See how I'm just kind of crossing different directions there. And there you have it, you guys. There is your eye. It's just screaming for an eyebrow though. I gotta do it. I've gotta do it. I just needed it. We'll focus on eyebrows another day too, but there we go. Now it's complete. All right, so there's your eye tutorial for the day. We'll be doing so many more eyes. Come back and practice with me again. And thank you so much for taking this time for yourself. That is wonderful. Now that you know how to draw eyes, let's talk about how that relates spiritually to motherhood. They say that eyes are the window to the soul. I'm sure you've heard that before. As we know, our children see what we do and they copy what we do, don't they? They see it, they see how we are acting, they see even how we are dressing. Have you ever seen moms walking down the street and you see the mom is wearing jeans and flip-flops and the child's wearing jeans and flip-flops and have their hair in a ponytail? You know, children love to copy their mothers. So we need to be careful what we are doing because they are watching us and they need to have a good example to follow. How do we see things in our mind's eye? I think that plays an important role in what we do and how we feel as mothers. It really relates to how we see the world, and it has a significant impact on the way that we feel. It affects our mood and the way that we react to things as well. For example, if we are seeing what's negative and we're focused on that, what is our mind going to continue to see? It's going to look for the negative things around us, and that's going to come up more and more in our life because we actually are seeking it out. So what we want to do is look for the positive things and see the positive things and the blessings in our life, and then the same thing will happen only on a good side where we're seeing the positive, we're seeing the blessings that that God is giving to us every day. And my mother, I'll quote her, she would always say, look for the good, or look for the miracle today or you might miss it. And I just love that so much because God truly is always blessing us with miracles. There are little miracles all around us all the time. So I hope you will think about that as you start to notice the positivity around you. You'll start to notice that you will have more gratitude, and gratitude has such a lifting effect. When we're focused on what we're grateful for, it's incredible how quickly that can help us to feel good. And of course, then we are having our children see us giving a good model for what we want them to be doing, which is looking for the positive, looking for the good around them too. Something that I like to do with my kiddos is talk about things that they are grateful for when I'm tucking them in at night and saying good night, so that they can think about what's good, not only what's good, but see God's hand in their life. Say, they can review, reflect back, and notice what God has done for them. And I think that is a beautiful thing that everyone should do, mothers and children alike. Let me get my trusty notes here. I just wanted to read a scripture verse that talk about seeing. Psalms 119 verse 37, and it says, "Turn away mine eyes from beholding vanity, and quicken thou me in thy way." What that means to me is, naturally as human beings, I think we are almost kind of drawn to what's negative naturally. We have to work a little bit harder to see the good sometimes until you make a habit of it. And so it's saying, quicken thou me. Is asking our Father in heaven to help us so that we can focus on what He has given us. So I hope that you can make a conscious choice to look for the positive in your life, and I know that will make a difference for you. I know you'll feel better inside as you notice God has done for you. So count your blessings, and I'm so glad you're here, because I know this journey in drawing can really help you overall in that journey as well, in your journey of self-care, your self-love, and just giving yourself this time to learn how to improve a skill. It's a beautiful thing, and I'm so glad that you're experiencing that here with me. So thank you so much. And if you enjoyed this video and got some help to learn how to draw eyes, please give it a like and a thumbs up, and make a comment down below on something that's something positive in your life, something that you're grateful for. And I love to read those comments. Make sure you hit the bell also, so you can continue seeing these videos and continue your self-care and improving your artwork. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Next, we're going to be going over planes of the face and how to shade those. So basically the transition areas, going from your forehead to your nose and the sides of the chin and areas like that people don't really talk about that much. So I wanted to cover that for you, and so you can improve your portraits and your drawings. So thank you so much for being here, and comment what you're grateful for. I'm grateful for you guys being here and enjoying this journey with me. So I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.